Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss the project Soil Composition and Plant Growth Analysis. This project is a comprehensive study that explores the relationship between soil and plant life in community gardens. The entire course is divided into 4 assessments. In the first assessment, students will undertake an introductory exploration of scientific classification systems. Students will be asked to write an essay about the chosen species and how they fit into the classification system. Students will be taken to 2 different community gardens, identifying the species within the gardens. To pass the assessment, students will be asked to identify 20 of the 23 given species and correctly write down their Latin name, family, and genus. In Assessment 3, students will work in groups to design a method of measuring the abundance of plant species within the 2 gardens. They need to analyze the data collected in the garden and understand ecological dynamics and the species distribution within the garden. Assessment 4 is the most important part of the course. It is based on the outcome of the previous assessments. Students will be asked to analyze the soil samples collected from both gardens and figure out how different soil compositions influence the distribution and abundance of each plant species within the 2 gardens. Students will be asked to do an oral presentation about their findings and generate a lab report based on the previous findings.
This is a task sheet for Assessment 4. Students can follow the instructions to complete this final task. This is the grading criteria and performance standard of students' work.
This project is designed to help students investigate how soil composition affects plant growth within a community garden context. Students will analyze soil samples to understand the impact of various soil properties on the growth and the diversity of plant species. They will also consider the benefits and limitations of different soil types, formulate hypotheses, and analyze the mathematical aspects of soil properties related to plant growth. The condition for this assessment includes a due date, task duration, report length, and a presentation format. Under this section, students must understand the relationship between soil composition and plant growth. They will apply mathematical skills to solve practical problems in gardening ecosystem, including gathering, representing, and interpreting relevant data. The ability to interpret results and use scientific reasoning to draw conclusions about soil and plant interactions is crucial. Students should also be proficient in using electronic technology for data analysis and representation. For Part 1, students will conduct research on soil composition in community gardens and their impact on plant growth.
They will consider the benefits and limitations of different soil types and formulate hypotheses for their experiments. The research will involve analyzing mathematical features of soil properties and their connection to plant growth. Students will collect soil samples from the community garden and perform chemistry experiments to analyze soil composition. They will synthesize data from fieldwork and laboratory experiments to draw conclusions. Students will recommend soil amendments to the council based on their research and data analysis. They will present their findings in a report and multimedia format, ensuring clarity and effectiveness in communication. The report structure section outlines the structure of the report, starting with an introduction. Students will state the task and the approach to analyzing soil composition and its impact on plant growth. Within the method session, students will be asked to provide in-depth details about how they designed the experiment. In the results section, students will compare plant growth and diversity across soil types. They will focus on how soil chemistry impacts plant species diversity and use charts to present data. During the discussion, students will interpret and evaluate their results. They will summarize key findings and unexpected results and explain how they related to their aims, hypotheses, and literature, critical thought of their results, and think creatively about how further research should be done. Finally, in the conclusion, students will restate the task objectives and highlight their findings. They will provide mathematical justification for recommended soil amendments, summarizing the significance of the research and its implications for community gardens.
That concludes our overview of the project. Thank you for your attention.